If you're looking for the perfect breakfast treat to brighten your morning, then you've got to try my raspberry muffin recipe. And if you love my videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hey, you're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious homemade dishes to share with your family and friends. These raspberry muffins will be ready in a snap, so let's get started. First off, set that oven to 400 degrees. These muffins are gonna get a nice puff from the high heat. Now we're gonna make a really easy and delicious streusel topping. 1/4 cup of sugar, 50 grams, 1/4 cup of flour, 30 grams, and now 2 tablespoons of cold butter. So cube it up into smaller pieces. 1 pinch of salt for a little contrast. And now we're gonna add that butter in there. And you have 2 choices. You can work it in with your hands, or you can just cut it in, but it's so much easier to work it in with your clean hands. And you can let me know in the comments if you like to make your streusel topping with melted butter or with cold butter like I'm doing. Kind of go back and forth. You can also let me know if you've never made a streusel topping in your life. Okay, this is nice and crumbly. You can see you have a variety of crumbs. Some are really tiny, some are small, but all of them are mixed with butter, sugar, and flour. This can get set aside, and now we're gonna make our easy muffins. For the muffins, I'm combining 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 240 grams, half a teaspoon of salt. If you're using fine-grained salt, move that down to 1/4, you know why. 1 cup of sugar, 200 grams, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You know, it's so funny, there's such a science to using baking powder versus baking soda. So many reasons, but one of them is that baking soda will make your baked goods be a little bit more brown. If you saw my soft pretzel video, we actually boiled the pretzels in a bath of baking soda, and that's what gives them their beautiful brown color. These muffins only have baking powder because we want them to be nice and light. Whisk it up and set it aside. Time for the wet ingredients. I think through the sands of time, I remember having another YouTube video for these muffins, but those muffins are my mom's recipe, and I think it might have been a video of us making these together. That was really fun. This one has been me tinkering around over the years, and it changed enough that I want to have a new video because they have the streusel topping, the muffins are a little bit different, and they're equally delicious. So you could check that out if you want, if that exists. I think it does. In a separate bowl, we're combining butter and oil. So the oil will give you this wonderful fluffy crumb, but the butter tastes delicious. So we're gonna use both. 5 tablespoons of oil, and in case you're wondering, that's 75 ml, which is 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon. To that, we're adding 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you've ever cursed your microwave for exploding butter. It happens to me much more than I'll admit to you. Now we're gonna add 2 eggs, large and room temperature if you can. 3/4 cup of milk, that's 180 ml. 2 teaspoons of a nice vanilla. And now, my sneaky touch is of course the zest of 1 lemon. Lemon and raspberries go together so well, and you'll find just the zest will lift the whole muffin up right into your mouth, and it'll be delicious. All right, where's my zester? Right where I left it. All right, we're zesting 1 lemon right into this bowl. Whoa. Tap it in. Give this a good whisk. Just break those eggs up first. Whisk that mixture up until it's nice and smooth. And then we're gonna combine this with the flour and fold in the raspberries. Look at that. Look at me using 2 separate whisks for 1 recipe. I must love doing dishes. I don't. That was a mistake. Grab 1½ cups of fresh raspberries, and that's about 2 clamshells minus realistic snacking, in case you're wondering. Whoa, look at that sunny, beautiful color. I wish you could smell this, it's so good. Fold the batter together. So we really just want to combine it just until everything's wet. Almost mixed together, I still see some pockets of flour, and that is what I want. Time for 1½ cups of raspberries. Oh, fold that in there gently, very gently. I'm seeing the last of my bits of flour as I scrape the bottom, and this is ready to pop into my muffin tins. Some people like to have their muffin tins naked. I like to use a paper because it's easier for them to come out, and I think the muffins are also softer. If you don't use a paper, you're gonna have a crisper edge, which, you know, some people like, some people don't like as much. Gently transfer the batter over. Those raspberries are so delicate, you don't wanna break them up too much. And if someone doesn't get a raspberry, you're fired. Everyone needs at least a couple bits of raspberry in there. So just keep an eye out for that. That's the one thing that we gotta be careful for any kind of muffin that has a fruit. Now, back to that beautiful streusel mixture. We're just gonna sprinkle it on top of every single muffin. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I'm just gonna top a couple of these muffins with raspberries just to see how it looks. I always want these muffins to scream, I'm a raspberry muffin, and you can't kind of tell with the streusel topping, so just plop a couple on top. These are gonna go into the oven at 400 degrees for 18 to 20 minutes or until the centers are done. You can use a skewer to check for doneness. Into the oven you go. Let's pull one of these apart. Look at that amazing interior. What? If you like this video, check out my muffin playlist. That is truly delightful. I hope you get a chance to make this recipe, and I'll see you in the next video.